Hi, welcome to Muzzle First. So on the table tonight we have my paltry collection of ARs. And I have one here that is not quite done. I bought the lower and parts kit, but I never purchased an upper for it. So it's never had an upper mounted on it. So the options are really open as to what I'm going to do with it. And I haven't quite decided yet. So basically what we have here, we just have an Anderson receiver, and we have a Palmetto State Armory lower parts kit. This is just a standard 6-position collapsible stock, standard grip, standard trigger mechanisms, everything. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. So I'd kind of like to finish it. I'd kind of like to go ahead and put an upper on it, but I'm not sure what I want to do. That's what this video is for. I need your help. What should I do with this AR lower? What should I finish it with? I have all 4 of these are 223 556. So I don't really want something, and I don't really want something that's the same. I want something different. And I'm thinking about a completely different caliber. So I got about 5 calibers that I was looking at, and that's by no means all the calibers that we can do with this lower. But I have 5 that I've been looking at, and I thought we'd take a look at them real quick, and I'll show you what I'm looking at, and you can tell me what you think and what you think will work, what you think won't work. All right, tell me if I'm nuts, or if you think one of these would be a good idea. All right. So I have just information here that I printed out from a book called Cartridges of the World, and if you don't have that, I highly recommend it. It's information on a lot of calibers, current calibers, extinct calibers, calibers that don't exist anymore. They've got information on it, and it's really kind of cool. But so let's go over a couple of these, and I'll show you what I'm looking at. All right. The first one I'm looking at is 300 AAC Blackout. I do not have anything in 300 Blackout yet. So of course the 300 Blackout is a 30 caliber cartridge that's made out of the standard 5.56 case. So your capacity in a magazine is the same. It uses the same magazines in a cut down case, a reformed case, but it's a 30 caliber bullet. I kind of like the idea of doing a 300 AAC Blackout. And I thought about doing 300 Blackout in about a 10 or 10.5 inch barrel. If I did that, I would probably change the stock here. If I did that, I would probably put a collapsible stock on it and do a Form 1 on it and make it into an SBR. That was my ultimate goal that I was thinking about doing, but I'm not sure that I really want to do that. That's why we're here. All right, 300 Blackout. So 300 Blackout is a decent cartridge, really popular right now. The choices for ammunition are decent. I don't think they're great. I don't think there's a huge selection out there. Ballistics comparable to a 7.62 by 39 or 30-30, at least according to the book here. I have not shot it myself. The big advantage, of course, of 300 Blackout is that it is easy to do subsonic, and you can do subsonic without a drastic loss of performance out of the bullet. But me myself, I don't know that subsonics where I really want to go, but I do like that option. All right, so if you look at the bullets here, at the bottom down here in this little chart, they list some common bullet weights that are available. I think this book was from 2012, so this is a couple years old. The information here is a couple years old. The powder, they tested it with the grains of powder, the velocity, and the energy out of it. You can get decent velocity out of this, decent stopping power. It's a 30 caliber bullet, and it does have the ability to be subsonic if you want. Operating pressure is somewhere in the 55,000 psi range, so it's a good option. And I might do that. I'm thinking about doing that. But let's take a look at a couple of my other options here. All right. The second one that I'm looking at is 7.62 by 3.9. I like 7.62 by 3.9. I like the ARs, but I also like 7.62 by 3.9. The SKS, I have a few SKS rifles, and they shoot great. This round is a decent round. It's a 30 caliber. comparable somewhere in there to a 30-30 approximately. But if you look at the rounds that they tested down here, a wide variety of bullets. Velocity is good. A lot of energy in it. And the cool thing about it is the ammunition is relatively cheap for this. 7.62 by 3.9 is plentiful. There's tons of this coming in from overseas, from Russia, and a lot of other countries. So it's readily available. You can go in any store and buy 7.62 by 3.9. I see it at Walmart all the time. I even buy it at Walmart every once in a while when I don't really have anything else I'm looking for. But I have a few thousand rounds of this that's just stored away in boxes. So this would be a no-brainer. Problem with this is, I know that I have heard of issues with 7.62 by 3.9 uppers working properly. Now, I wouldn't do a conversion kit. I would do a full-blown 7.62 by 3.9 upper dedicated to this rifle. This would not be something that I'd be swapping around. So I know occasionally I've seen mention of people replacing the hammer springs so you can get a little harder punch on the primer to detonate some of the Russian rounds. That's a possibility. I think there's also a different firing pin that you can replace it with. But basically, the cool thing about this round is it's basically the same upper with a different barrel, different bolt, and different magazine. That is one thing that's kind of less appealing than a 300 Blackout. These are different magazines, so for what it's worth, that would be a new investment of magazines there, and I'd want to have probably at least 10 of them. So that's round number 2 that I'm looking at. Okay, both of these so far are valid options. I might do either one of these. I don't know. I have not made up my mind. That's why I'm doing this. I mean, I seriously have not made up my mind. And I'm not locked into one of these 5 choices. If there's something else out there that you think would be great that I should look at, let me know. All right. The third one I'm looking at, 6.5 Grendel. I really like this round because of the velocity and the stopping power that this offers. So basically, they start with a 7.62 by 39 case, and they neck it down to 6.5 millimeter. You know, so you've got the same kind of powder charge that you would have in 7.62 by 39, but you've got a slightly smaller bullet going through there. And so I don't know. You're looking at 50,000 psi operating pressures, but great velocity. And fairly decent trajectories on this too. So this is a good round. This is a good round for long distance and for shooting accuracy at long distance. And I will tell you that I'm not so much of a I don't go for accuracy so much when I shoot. I just enjoy shooting. I'm not a sniper. I'm not a marksman. I'm not an operator. I'm not an operator in real life, and I don't play one on the internet. I'm just an enthusiast, basically. I love firearms. I love messing with firearms. I love shooting firearms. So this cartridge has some appeal to me because of its ballistics, but would I really use it that much? I don't know. 6.5 Grendel. You're looking at the uppers on this are getting a little more expensive. 300 Blackout uppers are readily available everywhere. 7.62 by 39 are pretty available. 6.5 Grendel, we're getting into more of a limited selection of uppers here. All right, so I'll just throw that out there. This is an option. I could do this as well. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Next one I'm looking at. This one got me excited. 458 SOCOM. This round right here, the cool thing is that it uses the standard M4 magazines, unless I believe I'm correct about that. It's based off of the 50 AE cartridge. They use the case for that as the parent case for that, and they lengthen it a little bit and reshape it. But velocity is good, not great. The velocity is good on this, but it is a 45 caliber bullet. Let's see, 473-inch rim. So I mean, it's a this is a decent round. This would be a good hunting round. They're comparing it to the 4570 as far as power, and that's another round that I really like. 4570. Not doable in this receiver, but I do like that round as well. They do recommend a 300 grain bullet with a 1 in 18 twist barrel. So this is doable. Uppers on this are getting a little more expensive, but I'm not so much looking at cost here. I intend on buying this rifle, and it's something I don't plan on. I'm not flipping it to make a profit. I'm buying it, and my kids will decide what to do with it. I don't have to decide what to do with it. After I'm gone, my kids will do something with it. I'm not sure what they'll do with it, but for me, this would just be a toy. I'm not going to use it for hunting. I don't hunt anymore. I used to hunt when I was younger. I hunted with my father a lot, and when my father got sick, I quit hunting. I have not been in the woods since my father got sick. So it was something that me and him did, and I just don't find it as enjoyable anymore. The cool thing is that you take a 30-round M16 magazine, and it'll turn into a 20-round magazine with this. So it does make them into a single stack magazine, but it uses a standard magazine. And let's see, I may be wrong about that. 20-round magazine, it holds 7 rounds. Yeah. So anyway, you lose a lot of capacity in the magazines with this, but the ability to use the same magazines is good. That's a nice feature. I like that. It's a nice heavy bullet. I like 45 caliber anyway. That is what I carry. I carry a 45 ACP. I like shooting 45, and I don't have a 458 SOCOM. I don't have either one of these calibers yet, so either one of these is going to be something new to me. It's going to be a new purchase all around, not just the barrel, but I am going to have to buy a supply of magazines and ammunition for it. Even if what I choose uses the same magazines as my ARs, I will buy dedicated magazines for it anyway. So that's not a big deal. AR magazines are cheap. I can get them, the aluminums from Palmetto, for about $7 a piece, and I've had really good luck with those. So I've not had a problem at all with them actually. All right, let's take a look at the fifth one. The fifth and last one that I'm looking at, and like I say, like I said before, this is not the end of the line. If you know something else out there that you think would be great that I should look at, let me know. I'm open to ideas here. That's why I'm doing this. The fifth one, just because I'm looking at the 50 Beowulf. The 50 Beowulf, unless I'm mistaken, is the largest caliber that you can put in a standard AR lower receiver. So it does use the standard magazines. They have a different follower that they put in the magazine. I would buy dedicated magazines for it with the followers built in for it. I wouldn't swap my magazines around for it. But as far as the bullets, man, this thing's got some nice bullets here. You've got a 300 grain gold dot. That would really 1900 feet a second on velocity, 2400 foot-pounds of energy. Man, that's just an awesome round. I had to at least consider this just because I do like big bores. Once again, this case is also based off of the 50 AE case, I believe. Just modified to work in the AR magazine. So this is an option. Let me know what you think. This right here is a low pressures round, so you're looking at about 33,000 psi. So it is a low pressure round. They recommend a 1 in 19 twist on the barrel. So that's it. That's what I'm looking at. These are the 5 I'm looking at. Once again, like I said before, I got this information from a book called Cartridges of the World. Fantastic book. If you don't have it, get one. They're well worth the money. Just stock full of information. But that's it. That's what I'm looking at. I'm kind of wanting to get this guy done, and I'm kind of wanting to go play with it and see what happens. But I'm not sure what to do for an upper. like I said, it's never had an upper mounted to it, so I could make this into a pistol. If you think a 300 Blackout pistol is a great option to go with, you know, I'll do that. That's one of the, as far as cost, the 300 Blackout is probably one of the cheaper options. The barrels are so readily available. It's such a hot caliber right now, and there's more companies making ammunition for it constantly, and it's just readily available. So I don't remember if I've ever seen ammo for it at Walmart, but I know my gun stores, my local gun shops have it. You can buy it online anywhere. You know, a lot of shops online have it, so really available. 7.62 by 3.9, ammunition's everywhere. I can buy ammo at Walmart for it if I want. You've got the cheap steel cased ammo that comes in from overseas. You've got just a wide variety of rounds that are available for this, including brass cased rounds that are reloadable, and great hunting rounds. So the options are out there. The 458 SOCOM and the 50 Beowulf, those are two rounds that if I do that, I'm going to probably reload for them. Those larger calibers like that, the specialty calibers, is where you really save the money on reloading. So I would do that. I would probably reload for them, and I know the reloading gear for those is available. New brass is available. Starline makes new brass for both of those, I believe. So that's it. That's what I'm looking at. Let me know what you think. There's an area below this video where you can leave your comments. Let me know if one of those, if you like those ideas, if there's one of those calibers that you like the most. I don't know how many people get excited about 45 or 50 calibers out of an AR, but I think it'd be cool. And the pressures on them are relatively low, so I think the AR receivers would be fine with those. They're not a real high pressure round, so. Let me know what you think. This has been Muzzle First. You can send me an email at muzzlefirst@gmail.com or visit my website, www.muzzlefirst.com. Once again, there is an area below this video where you can leave your comments. All comments are welcome. Please leave comments. I want to know I want feedback on this. Let me know what you think as far as this round. If you think one of those rounds would be better than others. If there's a reason why I should just stick with 300 Blackout and scratch out all the rest. Let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. Like I said, no thoughts on this are wrong. Your opinions are your opinions, whether people agree with them or not. You're not wrong, and I'm not going to hate on you for your opinion, all right? So that's it. Thanks for watching, and you have a great day.